So, could you give me a rundown of the history of the sports that you've played and like what you're currently playing?
Okay, well, I'm currently on the NAU golf team,
Okay.
and that's the only sport I play right now. But historically, like growing up, I did a lot of dance. I played a Commonwealth sport called netball. I did some track, so I did like 100-meter sprint and 800 meters. They sucked, but we did them. And then yeah, I've tried other sports, but I've never like committed to any. Oh, and badminton.
Oh,
I
yeah,
did that
no,
for a
that's
little
cool.
bit. And I did it for a couple of years.
Awesome. Would you say that the nutrition has an effect on how you play, or like does it cause fatigue if you like, maybe eat something like not in your nutrition plan?
Oh, 100%. I mean, I wouldn't say I have a set nutrition plan, but like the choice of foods that you like that I make are like very like conscious decisions. Like I'm not gonna prior to a round, I'm not gonna scoff down like 3 sausages, rashers
Yeah.
of bacon and all that because like the fat content would just make me feel really bloated. So like and fatigue, yeah, if I don't eat enough carbs, because like people always like steer away from them, but like no, you need them, like because like golf's such a mental sport, like you get mentally fatigued if you don't have enough carbs.
Oh, wow,
So,
interesting.
yeah.
Huh. That's cool. Can you walk us through like a typical day of like eating for you, like from breakfast to dinner, or if you have any snacks in there too?
Okay, yeah, so I'll go with trying to think of like I mean, I've already planned out what I'll eat tomorrow, so
Oh, you do? Oh, wow.
yeah.
Yeah.
I like plan out like the next couple of days.
Okay,
Anyway, so like I'll get up, I'll eat breakfast like within like the first hour of waking up, otherwise I'm hungry. That could be anything like a yogurt parfait with like granola nuts, seeds, chocolate chips, or some blueberries, something like that. Or it could be like eggs and avocado on toast. Love
Yeah.
it. But egg prices.
No, it's insane right now. Yeah.
And then I'll typically have like a snack. So I have like quite a lot of classes tomorrow, so I'll have a snack like after my first class before my second class. That's just like something quick. It could be like a RX bar, it could be like a banana and a handful of nuts, or it could be like chocolate or like some crackers, like just something. And then I'll eat lunch at around, so say I have like breakfast at like 8:30, I'll eat lunch at around 12:30, 12:45, and then I'll have like another snack. I mean, tomorrow's pretty weird, so like I'll work out after my third class, and then because I would have eaten like my lunch before, I won't do a pre-workout snack, but then afterwards, like after working out, I'll have like a quick like carb and protein fix. So like I'll have like a shake and like a granola bar or something, and then I'll have dinner. Dinner could be anywhere from 6 to 9:30. It really depends on the schedule. And then if I've eaten earlier, I'll sometimes have a snack before bed. If I've eaten later, I'll just deal with that, and that could be anything from like chicken pasta, teriyaki salmon with rice and veg and stuff. Like I don't know. I make a bunch of stuff, so it just differs every day. So.
Oh, no, that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember a time where you feel like you could have performed better? Like, if you had a healthier diet, you think you would have done better in like a practice or like a game situation?
Yes. So.
Yeah. Is there a time?
Yeah, literally this weekend. So it's my friend's party. So I ate a bunch of pretzels, like dipped it in chocolate sauce, so good, and like strawberries dipped in chocolate sauce, so good. But I also had like some alcohol, and like it's not like I had a lot, but I had enough so that I really felt it on Sunday, and it didn't bode well. Like I've been playing well a lot recently. Sunday was like not good. Like I really struggled to like hit the ball straight, and my focus it was a lot harder to focus for sure. And it's always not great having alcohol the day before you play, but especially after I haven't had alcohol at all this year, so like that made it worse as well. Obviously like alcohol huge effect on performance. Anything if I've like eaten like a really like heavy salty meal, like I love a Cane's, but like if I eat like a Cane's like late at night, I'm definitely going to feel it the next morning and not be as hungry, and I'm likely to not have a proper breakfast. But yeah.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Like, because your body needs to like adjust to it, kind of.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Probably, yeah. No, that's cool. How do you handle like travel and competition schedules? Like when it comes to keeping your nutrition. So, like if you have to travel, do you have to like eat before you get on a bus to travel, or kind of like eat on the bus, or how does that work normally?
Yeah. So if we leave early in the morning, coach will provide us with breakfast, so he'll get us like breakfast burritos or like bagels and stuff.
Oh, that's
We eat those
cool.
in the van. But example, Wednesday we leave for ASU. But we're gonna eat lunch prior, so I'll just eat normally like breakfast, snack, lunch, and then go. And then like competition schedule, it's hard because we're traveling a lot, so we just have to like buy food for like a few days and then we're gone again. So like in terms of meal planning when we get back here, it's just as hard as like when we go out and eat. Because like we've stayed at Airbnbs thankfully the last few times, so we've been able to like cook ourselves like quite a bit.
That's cool, yeah.
But you know, it's coach's pick where we eat, so that's a limiting factor for sure. Because he's like a steak and potatoes and peanut butter guy, so
yeah.
it makes the vegetable choices limited sometimes. But I mean, you just choose on we have choice of what we can eat on the menu. We're not restricted like I've heard other sports be in that regard. So
I mean, that's pretty good, yeah. It's just a little limited though, you think?
Sometimes, because you know it's coach's preference as to what he likes eating. So it's very American diet sometimes. But at least we get to choose what we like on the menu. So I mean, that's a plus. So I can like try and choose something a bit more nutrient dense than like burger and chips, you know.
No, yeah, it makes sense. What's your approach to hydration, and how like do you make sure that you're properly hydrated throughout the day?
Day to day, always have a water bottle with me. I mean, I have one right now.
Yeah.
And then I used to not be so good at that, but then my friend like kept like nagging me like, you need to like bring it, and I was like, okay, sure, and it does help. Because then like you can drink before you get thirsty. In terms of competition, it depends on the climate. So like we played last week and it was, you know, like 32 degrees. It was freezing. Like it was actually freezing. So like it's harder to drink, but I just like take sips of water just to stay hydrated. But then like going down to Phoenix this week, it's hot, I'm gonna sweat a lot, so I'll intentionally have an electrolyte drink like while I'm warming up before I go out. And then I'll like alternate. I'll do like a bottle of water, bottle of electrolyte, bottle of water, bottle of electrolyte, and then it'll like, so just to keep those like, you know, like electrolytes in. I mean, I have liquid IV, like, you know, in an ideal world, I'd be able to like cut lemon slices, lime slices, add a little salt, but for convenience, it's just the liquid IV packets.
No, that's cool. How would you balance nutrition with other aspects of your training, like such as like when you have to rest, and if you like get sore, do you have to like recover and eat something certain, or how would you go about that?
I mean, my body is a pretty good indicator as to whether I'm eating enough. I feel like that's the main thing. I feel like a lot of the time, like, and I've been in that cycle before, like athletes like can massively underconsume, but you know your hunger cues. You know, even if you're not hungry, you might feel like fatigued at a workout and you can't think of anything else. You got 8 hours sleep, you've drunk enough water, and you're like, I probably just didn't eat enough. Yeah. So that's like a huge factor. You just listen to your body, but just making sure I get enough, you know, enough carbs and enough protein in a day. Yeah. So like my goal right now is 125 grams of protein a day, and then carbs is just making sure I always have like a big carb source, like a good amount of rice for dinner or something like that. Yeah. Like I'm gonna go and make a bunch of sweet potatoes for my dinner. So yeah, it's just listening to your body. Like I feel like when you get to this stage as like a college athlete, like you listen to your body enough, and you know, and you know, knowing about nutrition as well kind of helps sometimes. So.
No, yeah, I bet it does. Yeah.
For sure.
What's the most important thing that you've learned about nutrition throughout your career, would you say?
I would say the importance of eating when you're not training. You feel as though on your rest days, you're like, oh, I'm not training, therefore I don't really need to eat a lot, and you try and justify under eating for aesthetic reasons, or like, oh, I'm not training, I'm not burning enough calories, you know, that solid eating mindset. But I think the main thing is like eating enough when you're recovering, particularly if you're injured. So yeah, when you're injured, eating a bit more protein than I normally would, and knowing what types of food to eat as well, rather than just like the amount of food. Because it's great if you can get, you know, like 3,000 calories in a day, but if you get it just from fast food, like that's not going to help in the long run, for sure.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's not to say that Panda Express every now and then is amazing, but like not eating that every day is definitely a good thing. Yeah.
What advice would you give to a younger athlete like that's starting to learn about the importance of nutrition?
I would say sugar is not bad for you, because I feel like in the wellness industry right now, like there's a big like demonization of sugar, which is a very flawed comment, and therefore people try and steer away from it, like have like sugar-free everything and stuff like that. But no, your body needs carbs. Like you can't function without carbs. You can't build muscle without carbs. You can't burn fat without carbs. So like you need carbs, unless for like a medical reason, which I don't really think many people. That's a very small like part of the population.
Right,
Just you need enough carbs, because if you don't, like your body will feel it. So sugar is not bad for you. It's only like when you eat a ton of excess added sugar.
Yeah.
But like you need sugar, you need carbs.
Yeah.
Get in your vegetables, get in your, you know, your rice, your potatoes, all that stuff. Have that chocolate bar. You know, like it's fine. You need sugar.
All right, that's great. And then my last one for you is, what's your take on the importance of meal timing and like eating certain foods before and after workouts? Like, I guess how long would you wait like in between your workout and then like when you want to eat?
Okay, so if like I'm training like later in the day or in the afternoon, like eating like my lunch like at least like an hour and a half before, just for like digestion purposes. Post workout, I try and get that in like pretty much as soon as you can, you know, for like muscle recovery. And also I'm always hungry after workout. So I would say you just got to listen to your body on digestion. So for me, like if I'm having a big lunch before like practice or before a workout in the afternoon, like I will make sure I eat that a good couple of hours before, so my body, I'm not doing squats feeling this in my stomach, you know. I'd say that's the biggest thing.
No, that's good. Yeah, and that's all for today. Thank you for the interview.
Yeah,